So, my name is Carlo Volpi. I am the owner of Cantine Volpi from Tortona in Piemonte, north of Italy. I am the fourth generation in the wine business. So the business started at the beginning of 1914. My grandmother, Cristina, she was a very strong woman, and started this business with two sons, Secondo and Giovanni. And so I am the fourth generation, and in a few days, the fifth generation will enter in the wine business. My son Marco, he is 27 years old. He comes from a good experience in a very big company, and now, from December, I have Marco with us. Be careful. Be careful, and makes these jobs with your heart, also with your brain, of course, but with heart is very important. My company was one of the first company in Italy to manage and to sell organic wines all over in the world. We produce 4 million bottles per year, 90% in export market, all over in the world, many different countries, more than 35. But organic is a trend, of course, but is, in my opinion, must be more than a trend, must be a style of life. Because, like a philosophy, yes. We must follow organic, not only in wines, but in many things. Because we must respect the nature. We must respect the environment. So it's very important for us. In Piemonte, so it's southeast of Piemonte, we are very close to Lombardy. And we have all the typical wines from this region, like Barbera, Dolcetto, Cortese, and Timorasso. Always in my fridge, yes, of course, I have a Cortese. It's a sparkling wine. Is the same grapes of Gavi, of course, and it's typical of Colli Tortonesi, and Cortese is light. Is a wine that you can drink every day. But I have also some wines that comes not from Piemonte, like Grillo, for example, from Sicily, is very good. Or Chardonnay is another good wines. So, and we have these wines in my range of organic wines. So we are selling in Germany very well. Barbera, of course. My Barbera. Yes, of course.
Why?
Because Barbera is in my heart, is in my skin. Barbera is a wine that you can drink every day. It's not a wine, it's not aromatic, it's not too much tannic, so it's a wine that you can match with many different kind of food. It's very easy to drink, and you have many different face of Barbera, because you can have a Barbera in wood or in steel, so in many different kind. But the smell of Barbera is like rose. You can smell red fruit, and it's so easy to drink. Our best wine is Barbera, Colli Tortonesi Superiore La Zerba. La Zerba is the name of the estate, of our estate. Is Barbera, only Barbera grapes. Is a vineyard, comes from a very old vineyard. Is more than 70 years old, the vineyard. And we won with this Barbera gold medal in last week, the best Barbera, the best red wines of Alessandria district. So,
congratulations.
thank you. And also 91 point by James Suckling, wine spectator from United States. So we are proud of this. But we have also a range of organic wines from many different regions from Italy. So if I remember something about the harvest, for example, with my father died when I was 14, so I was very young. But I still remember very well the harvest with my father. And I remember the cow with grapes that comes to Viguzzolo, is a very small village where there is one of my warehouse, sorry. And there was the place where we crushed the grapes and I remember many people that used to come to our winery with very big different kind of grapes, red, white, and was really crowd. Yes, it was wonderful. I was so young, but I remember very well. I'm sure. One of the things that I like is to have contact with young people. So teacher could be one of the best in my life.